outside of, being a, pioneer the blog era, when it comes to what we consider independent music and some of these like deals that were coming up, obviously your run with Coloring Book and you did like a first of its at the time. This is a new thing because you did the deal with Apple, right?
Yeah.
This was a whole entire like new landscape. Streaming is new.
Mm-hmm.
This is before we all have Spotify on our phone and Apple Music on our phone.
It was really in the middle of the streaming war. So what's so funny is like, because time does fly, like some people don't, have the context for what was happening. But at that time, Tidal, there was no Amazon Music.
Tidal was getting exclusives.
Exactly. There's this exclusive
everybody
war.
Because they wanted you to sign up.
Yeah, they wanted to get the users, and Spotify has always had hella users. And
because I don't think Spotify's ever done that, right? I think it was Apple and Tidal. It was like an Apple Tidal thing.
Because they were trying to get
yep.
So like a lot of artists started doing those deals where they would say, my album's gonna be exclusively on this platform for 2 weeks.
Right.
And when it came to me, I think mine was so, like platformed and talked about because my music had never been on any like official platform before. It was always on DatPiff, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Of course.
And so it was like, this is an independent artist that's going direct to fans, that's getting like, basically the company that makes all of our phones is promoting this artist who's anti-record label.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, I feel like I took a hit from people like making it seem like they built my album or built my infrastructure
or built because that's the thing is like I remember the narrative. It's not really independent. And I'm like, yo, like it's pretty crazy to think like you've never not been independent.
Yeah, my entire time. It's been scary.
It's pretty wild though. Because what you've done that's very smart is people who don't understand, like you will hire somebody to do what a major label does.
Yeah.
You outsource the work.
Yeah.
But you're keeping all your masters, you keep all the money, but you're taking all the risk.
Yeah, but I think that's how it's supposed to naturally work. That's how it works up until you get in the system. And it was so weird because people that get signed have done what I've done to get signed. They had a manager or they had a publicist or they had an assistant or they had something that, even if it's just your friends or your family, like they put on a show or put out a song to the point that they got noticed, not even first by a label, but by fans. Because labels don't sign niggas that no one's ever heard of.
Not anymore.
That's in the movies. I'm telling you. Yeah, maybe in the 1960s.
No, in the 90s, you could take a demo tape and impress somebody. And hey, but now it don't matter how good the music is.
You know what the label's going to do when they get that demo tape? They're going to say, we want to see the show.
Yeah.
Because the label wants the people.
They want to see hard ticket sales.
They want to see people invested. It's not. They do not care about your talent.
Hard ticket sales are all that matter because they know that they could. Okay, well, if this guy can do 500 fans in his hometown, we could scale this.
And that's like the key to understanding it is like if you can get a team around you that can help you organize into like exactly the spaces that you choose, then you can continuously build your fan base. I started out in libraries and putting on my own shows at Reggie's Rock Club in Chicago. It's like 400 person cap venue, but I go to all these schools after school with my dad and my friends and save money and be selling tickets hand to hand or passing out CDs. And that built a fan base. And so when Keith blew up, MTV did this thing. I think it was called My Block Chicago.
I remember that with Sway.
Yeah.
Sway was going around doing all of My Blocks. Yep.
So that I don't even think I'm featured in the fucking episode, which used to blow me. But like, I was lucky enough that like...
That's the most Chicago thing you said today.
What'd I say?
But you said it used to blow you.
Oh yeah, my fault. I'm getting too comfortable.
That's some Chicago shit though.
Yeah, but I think it was like a thing where that created like a wave or like a new level of interest. Everything that Keith was doing, and then the MTV special where a lot of people started looking at Chicago, and that like put me in a position where I started like flying out to New York and LA to go take label meetings. And when the labels would come, they'd be like, okay, we want to see your show. We want to go to see your SOB show. We want to see your blah, 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 blah. And I had the people, and that's what kept the interest. Like, obviously I have a skill, but like, does it sell? Does it do this? And so I think like the point that I was making originally was just like, everybody is independent till they're not. And
right.
I know enough people and seen enough movies to know that usually when you're not, is you seem to have the same troubles, if not more.
Was there ever a point in like what was the closest you had gotten to signing? Or was it ever like,
Yeah, when I
I'm
was
sure
in New
you
York.
considered it.
Yeah, I've told the story before that I almost signed. Doesn't matter to who, but I almost signed in a New York office. Like,
Was it to
with
a
paperwork that
rapper's label or was it to
No,
a major?
it was to a
Okay.
it was to like an imprint of a major label, but not ran by an
Got
artist.
it.
And yeah, they printed out the paperwork in the meeting type shit. That's like one of the tactics.
Yeah, they want to show you, hey,
They're like, sign this right now.
Their goal is you are not going to leave until you sign this.
Facts.
So if we have it printed and you see the number on the paper and no, I gotta have my lawyer look at this shit. I gotta.
My dad called me during the meeting and said, whatever you do, don't sign anything. As just a random phone call.
In the meeting.
While I'm in the meeting.
Hey, Dad, I'm in the meeting. Son, whatever you do, don't sign anything. Great advice.
And they had just passed it across the table, too.
Great. Fucking shout out to your dad, man.
Shout out to my dad.
Yo, how cool are you with Barack? I feel like me and your dad were talking about Barack a little off camera when he was here with your brother. Like, are you like, can you text Barack Obama?
I don't know that I have Barack Obama's number. I don't think I even have his number.
Have you shot hoops with him?
No, I never shot hoops with him. I've been to the White House a couple of times. My dad used to work for him in the White House and at the Senate level. Yeah, like I don't like know him where I like talk to him on holidays and stuff.
But
I met him. Yeah,
White House is sick.
Yeah, super sick.
Do you feel like? Because I do think I don't want to get into politics too much, but I do feel like right now we're in this crazy space, and I'm glad that you acknowledge what's going on with ICE. Because it's obviously hit a lot of communities all over the country. Chicago's got a big Latino population. Yeah. LA right here. But for you, man, could you ever see yourself going in that direction, like on an official capacity?
No. I was just saying this yesterday. Like, I think the prestige and facade of honor that was originally attributed to being a public servant is like kind of gone. And I think I have a better understanding now that to be, in certain offices makes you a part of the system in a way that like is kind of unavoidable. Unless you want to get JFK'd.
No, you see, bro. Yes, that is a fact.
I don't know if that was too radical to say. No, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but I'm just saying.
JFK was talking about getting rid of certain organizations. Mm-hmm. He was calling out certain countries, and then he died. You know what I'm
mysteriously. So I think like
no, you're right about that. It's like because we'll see.
And I'm not afraid of death in that way that like my words or my actions are less important than my immediate safety most of the time. But I think there's an understanding that I have now that you participate in a global community that's tied to capitalism and the death of brown and poor people across the world.
Man.
That is unavoidable almost. And so some of the strongest people in our nation right now are just people with pens and papers and microphones.
Yes, because they influence culture. Right?
And they push the revolution forward.
This is the thing I'll say. It's like, when we see everything that's been going on in the world, it's like, for better or worse, it seems as if like our politicians they're forced to react to the people at certain points in time. Mm-hmm. And when I think about what's going on with like in Gaza right now, if it wasn't for the internet, if it wasn't for like Sean King early on, like a lot of this stuff we wouldn't have seen. And now you see people and they cannot not face it anymore.
And they still, to a certain extent, act like their hands are tied. The heroes in this, you know how many journalists have been killed in Gaza?
Everyone from Al Jazeera is dead.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so to be somebody with a microphone or a pen or paper, and to be a documentarian in this era is like something of great responsibility and of great risk, and you can end up giving your body to the movement by just trying to give your blessed gift to the movement. And so I champion the journalists and the writers and the people that speak out in this time so much more than any politician.
100%.